customers safe, and keep our businesses going. How can I kickstart this business in these challenging times? Well, help is finally here. First National Bank has just delivered the impossible. Whether you run a small to medium-sized business or a mid to large commercial business, you can enjoy 3 months free banking with any of our business check accounts when you switch and open a new business check account. Get access to trade services for global payments through our online banking enterprise. You can monitor your business activity in real time and reduce internal fraud with free InContact Pro and email statements. Walk into any First National Bank branch today in Accra, Tema, Kumasi, Takrady, or call 0242 435050 or toll free 0800 770 You can also reach us via firstnationalbank.com.gh and our business relationship managers will come to you. First National Bank, how can we help you?
Well, we can help you by telling you what's in the papers.
Now, let me start with the Daily Statesman. It's reporting this morning, COVID-19 government urge to restrict travels from high-risk countries. But government is not even giving us the countries that are bringing in the supposedly positive cases. So if you're not restricted, advising us to be able to restrict on our own too is a problem. But, well, that's the difference. Because other states are doing travel advice for basically where they feel that the numbers are increasing and where they ought to actually deal with that. I don't know the science behind our decision to be secretive about data that ought to be shared with everybody for direction.
So anyway. The information minister said on Adum FM, I believe, that the interministerial committee is going to meet and come out with a travel advisory.
It requires that long conversation. Interministerial committee, rather.
Yes. That's where it's going to happen, apparently.
How come other states do it so quickly?
I don't know. Do we know that they do it quickly? Maybe they also waste time.
Oh, they change a lot. I mean, you can see within days and hours they are fixing it. Anyway.
I mean, for them, you see, they have a criterion or criteria for a country to meet before they will allow citizens from there to enter. So it's an automatic process.
We don't.
I don't know. But I'm just saying what happens elsewhere that I know of.
Yeah.
Okay, so they have a criteria, and if your country doesn't meet that criteria, then they can't accept people from there. And they've already decided that, so it's not a matter of as and when. It's not an ad hoc thing. Yeah, I don't know about our
because interministerial committee has met on accidents. We are still having accidents. They have met on so many other matters. We are still dealing with them anyway.
Okay, so is that all for the Daily Statesman?
Yes, that's the Daily Statesman.
Okay.
It's the Galamsey one.
So let's get to the chronicle for today. And beloved in the Lord, let's start with Psalm 31, verse 18.
Hallelujah.
Let the lion lips be mute, which speak arrogantly against the righteous with pride and contempt.
Speak.
Eslousu, we bought Airtel Tigo for just $1. What's your beef? Sam George, how much does the pencil you use to draw your eyebrows cost? That's the front. That's the splash of the chronicle.
What has one got to do with the other?
Well, that's so you know that Eslousu was replying Sam George. We'll get into that story. And India bans export of AstraZeneca and creates fear and panic in Africa. We're talking about that yesterday. The head of CDC Africa, John Nkagasson, has said that, look, even if you have money like this, kudi cash, you won't get some to buy. And the unfortunate thing is that it is only India that produces for export to countries like Africa for the COVAX facility. The other countries that produce the AstraZeneca vaccine are for use in Europe or other parts of the world. For instance, Thailand, they're thinking of doing. The Netherlands also produces, but these are for the European markets. And Cops AK-47 fails to fire as armed robbers pounds on gold bullion. Sad one. Now, this morning.
The Daily Guide is reporting this morning, Ala Juku plotters hot and bail without freedom, and has a picture of ACP Dr. Benjamin Agojo and Dr. Frederick Yao Bakpam, and also 24 clocks 22 and Goldies 2. There's one about anyone in Galamsey is a criminal, and Omai is the one saying that. And I ask you, Kisia Jabe or Mataramidu? You can't say okay, well, Kisia Jabe has been picked.
Yes.
As we brought you some detail yesterday, he has been picked for the position of special prosecutor. That's the nomination from the Attorney General.
Okay, so let's get to the daily graphic for this morning. Many of you have been complaining about doomsday in your areas, and we're told of how they're making proposals to increase cost of electricity. Okay, so the VRA, in celebrating 60 years, they say VRA moves to reduce power cost. And VRA says, well, they've begun an ambitious move to drive down the cost of power in the country through innovation and digitization. The chief executive of the authority, Emmanuel Nchidakwa, has said. We'll tell you more about that. But President launches 15 million fund towards AFCON 2022. The target is to have Ghana win it, and Ghana to also reach the semi-finals of the World Cup.
How much?
$15 million. Both would cost us $25 million. The government is providing towards winning AFCON 2020. Oh, African Cup of Nations.
Africa.
Cup of Nations 2022.
How much money do we get when we win AFCON?
I think you get less than $10 million when you win AFCON.
Okay. And we are
$4 million.
$4 million. And we are investing how much?
We are investing $25 million.
To win
That's AFCON and World Cup.
Okay, World Cup you get how much?
World Cup, if you win, you get $38 million.
Okay.
So if we get to the semi-finals, we get like some $30 million. So that'll take care of it. Please arrest 500 foreign nationals in Bulgaria. And back page, Labour Commission stops intended strike at ECG. But I saw other stories. Let me just get into the center pages of the Daily Graphic, because yes, this one says effect of illegal mining will be worse than COVID-19. That is very, very important. And Galamsey fight national battle, Nana Kwabena Nketia the fifth. It's important because we're having that conversation too this morning here on the Super Morning Show.
Now, the New Crusading Guide is reporting this morning, prosecute fake COVID-19 results. That's government being told by Occupy Ghana. Hey, hi, Occupy Ghana. It's been a long time. And anyone engaged in Galamsey is a criminal. Escado Mahine is the one saying so. And the government targets 10 million. That story that you're talking about, dollars for blaster. You know how I feel about football, right?
Oh, you don't like football? Okay, so let me get to the find out for this morning. I love football. Our money anyway. I love football. G-Money customers hit 1 million, and major shake-up at Ghana Immigration Service. Election-related deaths have tainted Ghana's democratic image, Ibn Chambers, and ECG staff demonstrate against MD, and government gives Black Stars $10 million, urges private sector to give $15 million.
Now, the Ghanaian Times is reporting that WHO is urging member states to sustain local production of COVID-19 vaccines, and that's in the middle spread. But let's come to the front page. Senior state attorney dismissed for accepting money from witness, and that's page 3 story. Very interesting one. President Akufo-Addo rallies support against this AFCON Fest World Cup in the future and clamp down on illegal immigrants. We have 507 foreigners arrested in Bogatanga. So the people are bent on coming into the Republic of Ghana, even though the borders are supposed to be closed. So we keep arresting them. I don't know if we are sending them back after the arrest or we have to prosecute them. But that's those are the stories on the front page of the Ghanaian Times.
Well, so the Business and Financial Times, the final one that I've got here, and the feature here that says, down the up escalator, reflections of Ghana's future by a senior citizen. You know that very well, don't you?
Yes, of course. Those were the words that got those are the words of Sesam Joda, right?
Yeah. Have you read it?
Yes.
Do you know, okay, so I read it when it first started circulating. And I mean, there were so many interesting views that he shared. And as you can well imagine, this is a nation of dialogue. So immediately people started, agreeing, disagreeing and all that. But I think there's some critical work to do on this thing. Maybe when we have time one day, we should settle in and just look at some of the things he said and see whether there are any clues in there to some of the solutions to some of our problems.
Well, I think we should have that discussion today. It's very important because of the things he says.
Yeah.
We should. Because, look, this man, what's this man's name? Professor Mati, former auditor of the Presbyterian Church. At the point in time during the NDC, he talks about Anyansa Fomo, Ghana Fomo, Moyankasa. This is 2021. What has changed? We'll get into all of that. But VRA bets on technology, innovation to drive down power generation cost and rethink approach to tourism and hospitality. Phil Kofi, and businesses must invest in new technology to survive pandemic. Deloitte CEO. And Ghana's financial injustice. Could you be a victim?
All right, so let's do the online review. It's brought to you by Zenith Bank in your best interest and Goyle Good Energy.
Well, Goyle Higher Grade, hold on a minute, Raymond. Goyle Higher Grade fuels have been tried, tested, proven, and accepted over the years as most suitable for all engine types, including the latest vehicles with the most modern engines. Now, in addition to these superior qualities, Goyle Higher Grade fuels are further fortified with the XP3 additive multifunctional enhancer, more efficient, eco-friendly, and sold at no extra cost. Gold higher grade fuels comes in Gold, Super SP Ron 95 and Diesel SP, sold in every Gold station and not just selected stations. So fill up with the Gold higher grade fuels at Jibebia. Gold good energy, Gold yeah diem.
Yeah, DM. Now, do you want something hot to spark your vim this morning? Something sweet and creamy? Do you love the tantalizing aroma of coffee? Charlie Victor, how? All you need is 1 Ghana cedi and a cup of hot water as part of an awesome breakfast. With only 1 Ghana cedi, try the new Nescafe Sweet and Creamy. Mild coffee that is sweet and creamy. What are you waiting for? Try, and you will thank me later. Breakfast just got better with Nescafe Sweet and Creamy. It all starts with a Nescafe. This advert has been vetted and approved by the FDA. Watch it or Jollof?
Jollof for me.
Watch it.
Okay, now.
All right. Wait, before the debate. Sami is snapping his fingers. So let's look at the headlines on myjoyonline.com. Go on.
Kisi Ejabin is too young for special prosecutor role. Idris Hussein, he was a former minister in this republic, was the one saying so.
Yeah,
there's a story about a third wave of COVID. There's no real cause for alarm. Health experts, a virologist is asking us to fix the problem at KIA, or else you'll be in trouble. Those are the stories that My Joy Online is presenting this morning. Now, City FM Online has modified coalition structure to prevent chaos during polls. McMenu to EC. McMenu chaired Akufado's campaign in 2020, and surge in COVID cases at KIA under control. As McMenu is the health minister who is supporting the executive president of the Republic of Ghana in our quest to look for vaccines across the world. I want BBC, yes, US to share up to 60 million AstraZeneca vaccine doses. I hope we get our first, maybe we get like 30 out of the 60. It's not possible. If we get 29 million, we are sorted as a country.
Yes,
we are sorted as a country. So the US, we've been their friends for a very long time. They should show their friendship. Let it reflect in our current being. But that's on there. And Africa Live has South Sudan at risk of large-scale conflict. UN, when we are fighting vaccines, others are fighting other conflicts.
But you see, the president actually told all of us that one of the things COVID-19 has taught us is that we should be able to do things on our own. Okay, and that's why we started the manufacturing of PPEs, face masks, and what have you. Now, if it taught us to do things,
that the most important thing we could do for ourselves was the vaccine.
Exactly.
Clearly,
that's the vaccine.
We should try at least. You see, we know we don't do things early. We don't do things seriously, but try set up anything that looks like a facility that can do something like that, and start some work in that direction. Or agree with some international bodies to start some, let's be the Twitter, the VW kind of thing. Let's do some with vaccines too. And so that people will believe in the black star of Africa. But, well, it doesn't look like it's going to happen anytime soon.
Well, we're not talking about, collaborating with Germany to do that. At the time that we have already started giving doses, and right now we've reached a stage where we don't know where to go.
This is part of the problem with us as a nation. We always travel too far in the opposite direction before we realize that we're going the wrong way.
Yeah.
And then we turn around and start scrambling to get back the right way, by which time everybody has gone without us. Vaccines. Look, we used to be in a prime position to become the center for vaccine development in Africa.
That's true.
Right? When Ebola was the big international threat, they said, let's come and test the vaccines in Ghana. Do you remember how we reacted?
Oh, yes.
Hold on. There were members of parliament in this republic,
Oh,
very
God.
ignorant members of parliament, who were telling the whole world that merely because there's a facility for actually doing trials, he, the member of parliament, is more likely to be used as a guinea pig.
Yes.
and it was so preposterous that in parliament, I'm not their freedom of speech, but clearly.
Honestly. They did us a massive disservice
And
then spent time hauling people up to come and face contempt charges
in Parliament.
instead of doing the things that will move our nation forward.
Calling people with competence in the area that they are talking about.
Look,
which they express massive ignorance.
We had former attorney generals, we had current defense ministers saying things about a virus that they didn't understand. And there's nothing wrong with not understanding. It's not a crime to be ignorant.
It's not compulsory.
But why must you talk?
Yeah.
They talked us backwards. And today, look, by the way, these same people who said we should never have any Ebola trials in this country, when Germany decided to do their own thing, they hired a Ghanaian who is based in Germany to head the team. Then the same Ghanaian started posting, hey, Ghana has make Ghana proud.
Yes.
Ghanaian has been chosen to lead the team to do Ebola trials in Germany. Are we serious?
These are the things that Samjina talk about, too. That we forget as a people that this is our actual state of being. We don't think far enough. We don't think deep enough. We actually end up doing virtually anything, anyhow. And then the state is in trouble. When we are in trouble, then we are still doing the same. Oh, no, let's look for quick solution. Let's try and find something else to do. And we always end up either doing massive procurement for no reason. That is our specialty. We'll do massive procurement for no reason, especially for problems we created for ourselves, or did not respond early enough. And later on, we'll be fighting the same problems on our hands. It gets tiring sometimes talking about the state. But since we've been admonished not to give up talking about the state.
Honestly.
Yes.
Look, and I suppose that's what Sam Jonah is trying to do. Whether you agree with him or not, he's trying to do something that we've stopped doing. That is speaking our minds and moving our nation forward, stating the obvious, and not being afraid that when you say it, somebody is going to come and tell you that you belong to party A or party B. Somebody is going to come and stifle you or stop your contract or look, right now we are seeking as a country to pass a bill that will give the state more control over universities. In what scenario is that a good idea?
When the whole world is going the other way. When people are basically doing the opposite of it.
What is wrong with us? Seriously, what is wrong with us? Anyway, look.
What is wrong with us is that, one, we are not forward thinking. Two, when we have power, we want absolute power. We like a country where nobody speaks against those who are in authority.
Even when you benefited from people speaking against those who are in authority.
Yes. I mean, that's the situation we find ourselves in. So if you speak against authority, all manner of people take you on, insult you. And so right-thinking Ghanaians, many of them just don't want to be involved in the discourse in this country because they tell themselves, why should I speak, for instance, when I have all these attack dogs coming after me? People who cannot even, who come nowhere close to me, saying all manner of things against me.
Finally, attack dogs that are groomed, nurtured with your taxes.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. And then they will come and insult you so that you will lose your livelihood.
Yes.
Your ability to feed your children will be taken away.
Again for them.
Well, it's time for the BBC News now.
It's brought to us every morning, thanks to Fidelity Bank. Believe with us.
Asampaetia Obanyansa fuso obunuye wonka na asam Tema futu sam kakre wa asupeme Yo kofi oman ya woman Omani ya memana Yenyi baby ako Wacha za ya wareni Wonsom wanyini pa Asa